Welcome back. Some of you are smart to know that this is a Lionheart bag. If you've been following us on Facebook and Instagram, you know that we've got two variants of the Regulus in. There's already a video out on one. This is the other. Coming up next on GBGuns. Lionheart has kept with their very nice range bags. Difference, of course, is color, and the padding is thicker on them now. They're really nice, substantial feel. Got these pull ties here. They flip open, and you see that you've got a slot for everything. An actual proper bore brush in a sleeve so it doesn't chew things up. Cleaning rods, all-purpose brush, lubricant. Got two mags here. These magazines are made by Metgar and are 18 rounders. Our child safety lock, documentation, manual, and everything is the same as essentially what you saw in the LH9, with some slight differences. And in this pouch safely rides the gun. Look at that beautiful thing. Let's get the bag out of the way and take a look at the gun. So this is the Beta Regulus frame. You notice it's got the straight back. It's also a little bit shorter with the longer slide. So we've got a 4.1 inch barrel and a slightly shorter stock there. 18 round magazine. Press check. See, it's clear. Man, this just glides. This E-Series Cerakote they're using makes this so smooth. So magazine, we've got no indentation for grabbing on the front like on the Beta, but you still have plenty of room to grab this magazine from the bottom. And we have ejection. I like that in case there's any grit, helps get the mag out. Let's take a look around the gun. We've got titanium nitrided true axis barrel. These are a cut barrel that has all kinds of fancy features you'll have to go to the Lionheart websites to learn about, but they promise quite a bit with these. Notice we've got a little bit of beveling here on the front of the slide. Dust cover is railed, so now you can finally put lights or lasers on your gun. Plenty of cognization up front for doing those press checks. God, that just glides. It's like a gun that's had 3,000 rounds through it. So smooth. On the frame, we have an indentation on both sides. It has a reference or index point for trigger finger and thumb, so that every time you grab, you know you're holding the same position. If you're left-handed, it works too. So coming around the front of the trigger guard, there is an indentation for the folks that like to rest their other finger there. It's not the way I shoot, but I know some people do. The front strap has the diamond serrations here, which no matter which way the gun is moving, is going to push you into a friction point to keep it steady. Trigger's nicely smooth with some radiusing here to allow for better reach into there. The length of pull for me on this flat back is a little too short. You can see it's really easy for me to get too much finger in there. I've got to stick my hand out a bit. But for smaller handed folks, this would be a great fit. Our grips, they've contoured those diamonds so they no longer stick out so roughly. Slide lock and release is within reach, as is the safety. And the trigger, which of course is why people come to these guns in the first place, that double action plus. I'll show you real quick how that works. It's the same as the LH9, just a little bit smoother on these American-made Regulus models. So right now in single action, take up to a wall, clean break with no over travel that I can tell. Our reset, it's about there, takes you back to the wall, break again. So that's single action. You also have double action for a hard primer or if you need a second strike capability. It's heavier, of course, but rather smooth. And then you've got double action plus. So watch the back of the hammer here. Little magic trick. Nothing there. Green lines. See the green lines in there? If I get the light on, there we go. Nothing. Green lines. When you see the green lines, you know you're in double action plus. The trigger has come back forward and the hammer is forward, but all of that initial weight of the double action has already been taken up. So you've got a quick light pull to the wall and a break, Makes for a very nice aimed shot, or if you want to run that as a safety, instead of using the external safety, which is on both sides of the gun, or you can go double action safety on, you can go single action safety on or off, you can go double action plus safety on or off. A lot of different options here. Back, our slide to frame fit is impeccable. In fact, you can see if the light picks it up, a little bit of oil getting pushed out just from running the slide a few times, because it fits. Take a look at those sights. These are Novak 1911 cut, so it's easy to find different options. These are a fiber optic front and blacked out rear, makes for very quick target acquisition. And we've got anti-glare serrations along the top of the slide here to make sure that you're not getting any reflection off of that. On the right side of the gun, we've got our safety and our index point. Sharp looking gun. Next, we'll field strip it and take a look inside the gun. Disassembly of these guns is rather easy. We've got that triangle there that's going to be moved back to over the side at least to line up with that pin, and when it is, we push that pin out. No pull of the trigger is needed. There we go. Pins out, slide comes right off. So back to that E-Series Cerakote. Not all Cerakote is created equal. That's why you see huge differences in price when you ask to get something Cerakoted. This one wipes right clean. I've actually already shot this gun quite extensively, and you can see next to no wear on the frame whatsoever. Very clean, very tidy. I like having this lighter color inside. It's a lot easier to see inside the gun there. So that's our frame slide. We have a steel guide rod and a non-captured spring. I know some people don't like uncaptured springs because they're worried about losing them. I like them because you can replace them after high round count to keep your gun functioning the same, or if you want to tune it to lighter or heavier loads, you can do that as well. Barrel drops right out. It's that wonderful titanium nitride coating that, I mean, like I said, can you tell that I've shot this gun? It's more like jewelry than a barrel. Everything is so clean, and the dirt just wipes right off of it. These are special barrels, not quite your standard gun barrels. I'm not familiar enough with all the details as to what makes them different, but I can tell you that they sure look and feel great and shoot pretty darn well. Got our nozzler match, and we'll check for our chamber support. Drop the round in there, and you can see really solid chamber support all the way around. They relieved the outside of the barrel rather than all the way through to allow extractor room, and it's even supported underneath the feed ramp, which not many manufacturers do. If you're curious about that, that just gives you a little bit extra peace of mind, safety, and security in case you've got a double charge or weak brass or some type of catastrophic ammunition failure. That keeps everything going the direction it should instead of force back into your gun. It also helps with a more uniform expansion, and I think can potentially lead to more consistent accuracy. Maybe not single shot, but shot to shot, more consistency. Look inside our slide. You can see you've got the drop safety plunger there. Everything looks nice and clean. I like the longer sight radius, longer barrel with the shorter frame combination as a carry option. Barrel length is what gets you velocity. Velocity is what gets you energy. And also something to keep in mind when you think, oh, well, I run brand X hollow points. Well, those hollow points are designed to open at a specific speed. They need that speed to perform. And so if you fire that ammo out of a little bitty gun, the bullet's not going to get the speed it needs and may not perform the way it should. This is a 4.1 inch, which means you're getting a little bit more. Most defensive ammo is made for a 4-inch barrel. So no harm, no foul there. And of course, the smaller frame makes it easier for carry. This also definitely gives it a smaller feel in the hand. Once again, to show you, I can get all the way to my knuckle on the trigger with this beta frame. In contrast to the standard LH9, I can barely get my finger to my joint the joint there, but it's feels like a much shorter length of pull, fills the hand better for my banana hands to have the rounded. But for those of you that don't have banana hands, having this flat back might be easier, a little more comfortable to shoot. Speaking of shooting, I'll get this out to the range, of course, for our full mag +1 reliability, the what's for dinner test to see what rounds it likes and doesn't like, and then some shots from 7 yards. Thanks for watching.